to protect your kids online. Number one that I think most people may know, I don't know, is Google. Google made a game called Be Internet Awesome. It's on their site, and they have guides in both English and Spanish to help you protect your kids online. Putting in my tripod to stabilize us right here. Anyways, so it's on their website. You can play it online. If you are a teacher or an educator, you can have it in your classroom. They connected it with curriculum that you can use. It's very, 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 very well thought out. So, highly recommend going there. If you have kids on Roblox, they just did a partnership with Roblox like a couple of months ago, putting the Be Internet Safety Awesome, not Be Internet Safe, oh my God, Be Internet Awesome game about being internet awesome and staying safe online inside of Roblox as well. So it's like I think it's called Be Internet Awesome World or something. It's not called game, it's called World. It's like an experience within Roblox, which is very, very cool because millions of kids are on Roblox. So that is great. The second is from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They have a show for kids called Into the Cloud. They have it both on their website, but they also have it on YouTube as well. If you go into YouTube and type in Net Smarts or Into the Cloud, it will show up. They have a whole playlist for that. It's great. I can't remember. I think it's great for your kids. If they're like under the age of 11 years old, but all the way up to like 13, but definitely under the age of 11, Into the Cloud is great for them. They also have a show for kids who are in their preteens and teens, and it's called NS Teens, Net Smarts NS Teens, also on their YouTube, also on their website. Some of the videos are like 10 plus years old, but boy, the graphics are great. The story is great. The learning is great. I don't care if it's 20 years old, it's good. Okay. If your kids are like, just go and show it to your kids and see if they like it. If they don't like it, you can always move on to other things, right? So, one other thing that you can watch are documentaries, shows, and movies that can help you introduce the conversation. So, I recommend looking at Undercover Underage. They had a show, I can't remember what network, but they now have moved to YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and watch Undercover Underage with your kids. That can help talk about predator behavior and grooming and that type of stuff. And it really gives you like the real situations, and it's a great conversation starter opener. If you have kids on social media and you don't want them to be on social media, or you want them to be mindful of social media, or they're not yet at the age where you feel comfortable giving them social media, hi, but you want to help them understand how to stay safe, or you want to limit their phone usage or make sure they just don't even want a phone for a couple of years, even if they're like begging for a phone, you can go check out The Social Dilemma. Hey, Anthony. Hey, friend. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Duxa. If you have watched The Social Dilemma, let me know below. That is a great documentary to watch with your kids if they don't have social media or they have social media. If they don't have social media and you're trying to get them to understand the dangers, is it safe to watch my stream? I believe so. You're trying to get them to understand the dangers of social media. That is great. It goes into everything, a lot of things that they need to know. Okay. If you have kids who are on social media and they're posting about their location and where they're going, and you're trying to get them to understand that what you post online people can find you based off of like your location, based off what you post, even like the tiniest things, like the tiniest, craziest things, then you should go to TikTok and watch Jose Monkey. Now he does have a YouTube channel as well. Jose Monkey has like a whole thing where he shows you consensually, he shows how he can track people, like where they are, where you go to vacation, your location based off of what you have in your profile picture. It's very interesting. He shows you like exactly the steps that he can take in order to find you based off of, like tiny little things. Okay. Like very, very, very tiny things. If you have, what is it? Oh yeah. If you're in the United States, FBI has if you're comfortable with it, they have a game called Safe Online Surfing, and it teaches your kids about cyberbullying, red flags, inappropriate behavior. And that's a game that you can go into if you want your kids to stay safe online. They also have resources for schools. So every year, I think they open up like a way that you can talk about internet safety in classrooms. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything else. Oh yeah, if you have kids who are talking online, or you want them to be aware of people are not always as they seem, and you have to do a little bit of more research, right? Thank you. I appreciate you. You can look at Catfish, MTV's Catfish. They have a great, like, they go into detail into how to verify someone is who they say they are. And then also, it just is really, really good to help your kids understand how to verify information online, making sure they're talking to the right person, being mindful that not everyone is who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very good show. Trying to think of anything else. Those are things I can think of on top of my head. I have like the full list inside of my Protect Kids Online resource library. I always say go to my bio, but on YouTube, I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere in my profile on my channel. It like has my website. Anyways, the link in bio over there or my website, cyberfarida.com, has the full like games and resources and shows that you can watch with your kids to keep them safe online. Again, these are either conversation starters or things that you can watch with your kids, things they can watch by themselves. It can be anything, any way that you can keep your kids safe online. These are the shows for that. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have a whole, like my entire YouTube channel is helping you keep your kids safe online. I talk about this in schools, I talk about this in conferences, I talk about this in workplaces. So if you have questions, please let me know. I love doing this. It's like, it's great because these resources can help you keep your kids safe online without you having to do all of the legwork, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you start the conversation, but what can you use to actually get your kids to start talking? And so shows is one of the best ways if your kids are not interested. And sometimes if your kids are like older, and they're about to head off to college and say they're like 17, 18, 19 years old, even 16 years old, shows like You can be a great conversation starter. It's not like the typical conversation starter, but it's like if your kids are older, they're more mature, they're about to head off to college, you can watch shows like You because it gets into a mind of a stalker and someone who uses social media to gain information on somebody in order to stalk them, in order to like mess up their lives. I mean, he doesn't think he's messing up their lives, but I don't know if you've seen You, but that can be a show that can help with that. I am in the process of watching a bunch of shows and a bunch of movies and a bunch of documentaries to give you a full list of my recommendations, because that's it can be very, very helpful. So I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Make sure you're subscribed for my channel, so that you can understand how to keep your kids safe in the digital age. I'm Cyber Farida. I am an award-winning Forbes 30 under 30 internet safety expert, and my main mission here is to help you protect your kids online. Until next time. Bye.